6:44 right now, and those of you who've had them know that rats are hard to get rid of. So many people use poison to do that. But if you have pets, you'll want to think again. A local woman's dog accidentally ate some rat poison while out for a walk. So what should you do if it happens to your dog? Deb Nab, also known as the Mutt Master, is here with some advice. And you know of what you speak here for sure from different angles. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me. Yes, Nigel.
So I'm sorry if I'm messing his
please
obedience
do.
up, but he's such a cutie. So what happened with Nigel?
So my husband was walking Nigel. He ended up lunging after something that what my husband thought was a grasshopper. And he got it in his mouth, and my husband immediately opened up his mouth, thankfully, and got it out and took a look at it and didn't know what it was. And this is basically what it looks like. It comes in two different colors, green and blue. And he looked at it, didn't know what it was, and put it in his pocket thinking he'd ask me about it later. Well, the next morning, he had forgotten. And we walk out into the garage, and he picks it up. He said, "What is this?" And I said, "Oh, my Lord, I just saw this morning on Facebook happening in Aurora. Somebody was throwing rat poison over the fences of dogs, but this was in Castle Rock."
Okay.
So I immediately said, "Do you think he ate any of it?" And he goes, "No, I really believe I think I got it all." But I said, "Would you bet your life on it?" And he said, "No." So I took him to the vet, and they did what's basically a blood test to check the clotting factor. And a good clotting factor time is anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, and his was at 12, which was really good. And since it was already almost 24 hours from the time he got it in, they really weren't too concerned about it. But unfortunately, and I have seen this personally myself, dogs who you don't catch this in time, they die a very painful death. One particular kind eliminates your blood's ability to clot. And so what happens is the dog ends up bleeding out and can bleed into their lungs, and they end up suffocating.
Oh, I hate to think of that with my little dog. So what do we do as owners to protect them?
Well, one of the things, and this is my big pet peeve, is you want to make sure when you're walking your dog that you don't use retractable leashes. Because if your dog has the ability to get 20 feet, 15 feet out ahead of you, you're not more than likely even going to know. And the chances of you being able to catch it in time are really low. So I'm a big fan of the 6-foot or short leashes when you're walking your dogs. If your dog does ingest some, you want to get them to the vet right away, because they can start to administer vitamin K if it's the blood clotting one, and they will start to possibly give your dog blood transfusions or plasma. There is another kind out there on the market that's unfortunately becoming a lot more popular, and that's the one that vets don't want to see, and that causes more neurological symptoms, and it basically gives the dogs an overdose of calcium. And the only way you can treat that, there's no cure, but you can treat it with diuretics and IV fluids and steroids, and that's it.
Well, Deb, thank you so much for the advice. It's certainly something to think about, because Nigel's doing so much better now, and he's such a good boy. Such a good boy. So be careful with your pets and look out for that brightly colored rat poison. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you
Nigel.
very much.
So, I know this is something you guys want to think about. We're all dog lovers around here in the studio, right, guys?